Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
I think at this point we all just wait for you to start.
Yeah, because I'm the only one that does.
Wow. I think it's safe to say we have actual subjects to talk about today.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't believe it. Mewtwo's finally coming back to Pokemon Cafe.
Are we really doing this again?
Apparently.
Can't help but beat a dead horse.
I mean, not even joking though, but Buzzwole in Pokemon Unite is kind of cool.
It is actually.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. That was actually cool. Like, I don't even play that game anymore, but I was like, oh, that's actually really cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're giving that game a chance, even if it is just 10-cent trash.
Yeah.
I wish I liked MOBAs more.
Yeah.
I don't play MOBAs, so I have no opinion.
Don't.
Yeah, that's the best advice. Just
It really is. It's like anyone wanting to get into MOBAs, as someone who's played many MOBAs, don't.
Good to know.
But the Paldea region.
Paldea,
How's everyone feel about
rather.
that name? Whatever, Paldea.
That's a fine name.
I like it. I like that's Pokemon plus village in Spanish.
It's not, well, I really think that saying that the P stands for Pokemon is a stretch. It might just be a random letter.
It still sounds really good.
Yeah.
Could have been worse.
Yeah.
Yep.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Fine. I'm actually going
I'm
to start streaming
tired.
this.
I am quite tired myself, but this hype for this new information has been keeping me on my toes. I assume everyone did see the trailer, and everybody watching this has seen the trailer.
Hopefully.
And if you haven't, then too bad.
Yep.
Yeah. No, we're going to be talking about everything within this. In this trailer. Oh, shit.
Also, who here noticed before they actually revealed it that the Wooper was different?
Yeah, I mean,
I kind of did.
I knew it was coming because it was one of the most repeated things in the leaks.
Oh, I didn't really pay attention to the leaks, but like, I noticed immediately. Oh, that Wooper looks different.
Yeah, it's a brown Wooper. I mean, it blends in too with the ground, which I thought was impressive.
Yeah.
I didn't catch it was Wooper at first. It was more like, oh, that looks different.
I will say, I do love its design. It's simple yet effective.
Yeah. Still no Pokemon that I've fallen in love with, but I know that Nate has.
Yes, Can
I guess?
Yeah.
I love Fido so much.
That is one of the greatest pun names ever. It's like that's.
If it doesn't evolve into purebred, I'm gonna riot.
Oh my god! I never thought of that as a evolution name. It has to. Oh, that would be a crime against humanity if they don't name it that.
Yeah.
I mean, there are other names that would be just as hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, just send them.
That's good.
That's a good one.
There were some others I saw, but I can't remember right now.
It's obvious this is going to be the Alcremie or Milcery rather, of this gen.
I mean, okay, I wouldn't say it's the Alcremie of anything because Alcremie is like not an established niche, but I would say it's the Yamper.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yamper definitely. Did you hear it walking? The little poo 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 while it walks?
I did not.
I did not hear that.
Yep.
Okay, Giga knows what I'm talking about. That was adorable and oddly weird.
Another suggestion I saw was Breadigree.
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that one. That was just... Normally, I don't like food-based Pokemon. This one, though, the name just made me smile enough to like it.
I mean, food-based Pokemon are hit or miss with me. I love Flapple.
Mm-hmm. Oh, me too. That entire line, speaking of great puns, that entire line.
Yeah. Just the whole worm in an apple thing is brilliant.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like, this is a weird thing to fixate on, but that shot where the dragons are like emerging into bike form and they just like look over their shoulder at the viewer. I really like that shot.
Yeah, it's acknowledging it's, hey, let's go for a ride.
Yeah. It's like, get on, loser.
Yeah.
We're going Pokemon catching.
Well, no, I wasn't expecting to see them in action during this, but I'm so happy we did get to see them in action.
Yeah.
At least, go on.
No, go ahead.
At least we got to see, future Miraidon in driving action.
Yeah. Okay, on that note, I love how Koraidon has obvious wheels and yet still runs with its legs.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
that's what I was referring to. It's okay.
The back one is just a weird tail. The front one is just like a typical lizard.
Yeah, it's still a little bit weird.
I kind of love it.
Yeah. I mean, the entire Pokemon is just goofy. Like, its ears fucking turn into wings. It's fucking Kalumon over here.
That was the most oh, that's how that's going to work thing. I was expecting the back feathers to become the wings.
But that would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would. And Miraidon just completely grows wings out of its head when it could just use its jet engine butt.
But I mean, like, the whole jet engine thing, like, why do you think planes have wings?
Good point.
Yeah.
Oh, it could be a hovercraft. We saw a hovercraft during the end of the trailer.
Okay, one, that would be less visually interesting, and two, you still kind of need some way to steer.
True.
But it's more for the visually interesting part.
Mm-hmm.
What I was gonna say is that I've noticed that since about Gen 5, maybe since Gen 7, depending on what you want to consider, the legendary Pokemon have been getting less thing you capture to keep away from villain and more thing you fight alongside to save the region potentially from villain. Like,
yeah, that is very true. They have been going that way.
And with Gen 7 and presumably Gen 9, the mascot legendary is actually introduced very early and is presumably with you the entire time. It's just that in Gen 7, you didn't realize it.
Exactly. I mean, if you added 1+1, you'd be able to figure out Nettie was going to eventually become
Well, yeah, but you wouldn't know that from the get-go. It's not like Cosmog was on the box.
Exactly. Yeah. It was like you knew this Pokemon was important, but you don't know how it was going to be important.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're going to be the ride Pokemon, which you're going to need to get around most of this region, because this region looks massive, first of all.
Yes.
How early is it going to be introduced, you think?
People are thinking, like, basically right near the beginning of the game, like, so in
academy?
people are thinking that the beach, like at the bottom middle of the map where the player's home obviously is,
Mhm.
that's going to be where you meet them.
That makes sense. I just wonder how it's going to be. It's like, oh, is this Pokemon always been around? It's like it's a friend of it's like a lifelong friend of the family or a friend of the professors or something.
So
And it just decided.
it looks like there's multiple of them because, like, sure, that was the shots of multiple of them was all just in the multiplayer section, but
Mhm.
that still implies something.
I don't think they're the legendary Pokemon as we would interpret legendary Pokemon. Like they're not. They're legendary Pokemon like Latios and Latios are legendary Pokemon, where there are many of them. It's rumored,
Yeah.
it's implied they're able to breed and all that.
It's just strange because, like, this is the first time since I want to say Lugia that we've had a box legendary that we know for a fact that there is more than one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not counting Solgaleo and Lunala because we have no idea what's going on with them.
Yeah, it's like they're implied that they're gods that can breed, that mate or something. That was very confusing and not giving us any answers.
I appreciate that we're moving away from this Pokemon is a god.
So am
Yeah.
I. I mean, that was overplayed to hell and back.
I mean, I wouldn't really consider Ho and Lugia gods, but from Gen
No.
3 to like Gen 6,
Mm-hmm.
it was just like cosmic entity after another.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Unova, they were the deities of that region. Sinnoh, they were literal gods. Sinnoh, life and death.
Yeah.
And then Solgaleo and Lunala were gods of the sun and moon.
Well, they weren't gods of the sun and moon. They were more like emissaries. But
right, yeah.
I wouldn't consider them to be gods because that region's god was Necrozma.
Necrozma needed more story.
I would appreciate
the manga.
I would appreciate literally anything else about Ultra Necrozma. That thing is one of my favorite legendaries.
Read
Hey.
the manga.
Pokemon.
I don't have time for that.
Pokemon Legends Necrozma.
I don't have time to read the manga, Nate. What do you think I'm occupying myself with right now?
Arknights and Voidlings.
Yes.
Yep.
No, I'm glad. It's like I know there's going to be some twisty twist with the legendaries because there's always got to be some kind of twisty twist. It's going to play into some other gimmick that has not yet been revealed. But I'm just glad they're not deities, gods, or some kind of super being. They look just like regular lizards that just happen to be motorcycles.
Speaking of the gimmick, can we just take a moment to think about how Pokemon has effectively introduced Delta species twice?
Yes. They have. It's like,
except not true Delta species.
Neither time has been true Delta species, but I'm just like
my point exactly.
Laughing at the fact that they've basically introduced Delta species twice.
It makes sense why they took out Hidden Power now, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't.
They just made an entire gimmick into Hidden Power into an entire gimmick.
So I
say that.
I would have preferred if the Pokemon still turned all crystalline, but instead of the stupid hat, just give it an aura.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. I kind of well.
I think some of the hats are stupid.
Okay,
yeah.
some of the hats look cool. Some of them look cool, but we've already had a precedent before this of an aura signifies that the Pokemon is different. We got that with the Totem Pokemon. We got that with the Shadow Pokemon in the Aura games. Why couldn't we have just done that now?
You could have kept the crystallization of the body at the same time.
Yeah. The crystallization is cool. I just don't like the hats.
I love that. It's gorgeous.
I just don't like the
I
hats.
can't wait to see Chandelure with a chandelier on top of that.
That's gonna be great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard you like chandeliers, so I put a chandelier on top of your chandelier to have more chandeliers.
Yeah.
Also, Driftblim with balloons on its head.
We already
I
saw
kind of
that.
like
Yeah,
that
I
one.
know.
I kind of liked it.
It's the level of redundancy that resulted in a ground electric type having limber.
Oh god, it's like they didn't know what they were doing.
They just really didn't want you to paralyze it.
I mean, I guess that just saves it from stun powder. That's it.
Yeah.
Stun powder.
We know what
yes,
he meant.
done.
What is it called? I don't even
Stun
remember
spore.
what it's called. Stun spore, yeah, that's it. I just remember them all being considered the powder moves because they don't affect grass types no more.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to see more about this gimmick. It has potential to be a very game-changing thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you expect,
And everyone's just gonna.
Everyone's just gonna get cut out right at. Everyone's just gonna.
Actually, I just stopped when I realized.
No,
Oh,
finish
okay.
your thought. Finish your thought, man.
No, I was just joking that everyone's just gonna use Terra Electric with levitate Pokemon.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Yep, definitely,
That's
100%.
fair.
That's going to happen. Or if Shedinja is in this game, God forbid.
Oh,
I doubt it.
no. That would.
That was the
definitely
first
gonna be
thing
a
I thought
mess.
of. That was the first thing I thought about. Like, I don't even play competitive that much, and I was like, oh my god, the potential of that is scary. So I don't think it's going to be in the game.
Also, like, briefly we heard Koraidon and Miraidon's cries, and Koraidon's cry is fucking adorable.
They both have really good cries. I'm glad you brought that up. I wanted to bring that up myself. They have really good cries.
I'll have to go and rewatch it to really hear them because I'm sure like I heard them, but like
You don't hear Miraidon's as clearly, but Koraidon does make a lot of noise in the trailer.
Yeah. It's like there's just one split second with Miraidon when it transforms into the bike.
And it sounds like an engine.
Uh-huh.
And and Koraidon is just like mewling.
Can I just say these are the most what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say cute, but they are really cute legendary Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like after
they are weirdly cute.
Yeah. It's like when they're in their battle form, they are these awesome looking Pokemon. But when they're just walking around on all four, they're adorable.
Yeah, it's like that design philosophy of Pokemon in general is no matter how awesome or edgy or whatever it is, it still has to feel like it could be your friend.
Well, they dropped the ball on some Pokemon then.
Well, like what?
What's the one that has no butthole but eats everything? Guzzlord.
Well, I mean, some people are still into that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he'll just come in screaming his head off with a high-pitched screech the whole time.
No, not even high-pitched. It's like just
Just
weirdly human sounding.
Also, to be fair, we're talking about something that isn't technically a Pokemon.
True, it's alien. It's an eldritch alien, and that's it. I think that's the only Ultra Beast I can say that about, though, which is just like I wouldn't want to be friends with it. I don't want to cuddle with that.
Yeah.
I mean, would you want to cuddle with a bundle of electrical wires?
I find Xurkitree rather endearing, weirdly enough. It's like, you're weird enough to be cute, kind of thing.
Okay, then.
I mean, you probably wouldn't want to cuddle with Nihilego either, unless Unless you
So which one
do.
end
Some
up like
people are into
what's her face?
that.
And she'll just corrupt you or something.
Uh, mm,
Again,
The
some
Ultra
people are
Beasts
into that.
were the Ultra Beasts were unique little things.
Yeah.
As
They're
I
cool.
say, little when there's one that's over 30 feet tall.
Well, there's one that's like half an inch or something. It's not half an inch, but like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That one's tiny.
Ultra Beasts were cool. We need more of them.
I agree. I hope they don't completely abandon that idea. I know Pokemon. Oh fuck no!
But
I just killed the thing I'm trying to hunt.
well, isn't that the point of the hunt?
No, I'm playing Coromon and I'm trying to catch a little phoenix with a middle shine. Like I'm trying to find a shiny phoenix because the shiny phoenix in the game it looks just like my mascot, and I'm like, I want it. I really, really want it. Just reset.
but yeah, I actually see myself getting Scarlet, which is
Mhm.
interesting for me.
But you like Koraidon.
I do. I
I mean,
Yeah.
I love them both. I know I've been working on the project, but I plan on making basically plushes of both of them. Normally, I wouldn't do. I would either do one or the other. I have this drive to make both of them because I love both of them so much. I haven't felt this way about legendary Pokemon in a long time.
I mean, in general, like I've liked both legendaries for various games, but I've fallen in love with one in particular, and that one for me right now is Miraidon. But I'm still probably going to get both because I want to do the pre-order thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, there's that chance we might get it early with Amazon.
But I'll guarantee that I can play it on time with the
A
download.
pre-order through Nintendo. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you're doing the same exact thing as me. I will say, Game Freak is bringing their A game with this one. I think.
Yeah.
I have not been disappointed with anything yet.
This Voidling looks like it should be directing traffic.
Oh no, I gotta check that out.
I kind of just wish we got like one or two more Pokemon though.
Yeah.
yeah. Like, I was expecting 5 new Pokemon. I said, when I did my little wish list / predictions, I said 3 or 5 new Pokemon. I was hoping for 5. Considering it's been, what, 2 months since we had last had news?
Also, I'm really excited to know what the hell that weird hot rod motorhome looking thing
Yeah,
was.
that looks okay. That looks more
hell?
steampunk than
That
anything.
is, I actually have a little knowledge about what that is.
Ooh.
At least I know who it belongs to.
Ah.
Nothing to do with the villains, the villainous team of the region.
Ah.
All I know. Oh, and there's
They
actually
have
a
that
4th
vibe. I am all there for that if
Yeah.
they have that vibe.
They're just a group of lowriders.
Okay, so we got a biker gang. Got it.
Or like a biker gang. They just have the bouncy cars and the lowriders with the pinstriping. But what if I told you there was a 4th Pokemon shown in the trailer?
I would believe
I would
it.
believe it. I vaguely tried.
I'm going to let you
You know,
all know what it is. The engine of the car is a Pokemon.
Ah.
What?
Yes, it's Poison Steel.
Interesting.
Huh.
Like, I love that typing. 2, I love the idea of an engine Pokemon. 3, I wish they actually revealed it instead of just doing that 2 frames of the hovercraft lowrider. That would mean it was a gorgeous vehicle. The art on it actually looked airbrushed.
Something like that I feel might be a we'll know before the actual release then.
Also, did anybody else notice that the way Grusha throws his Pokeballs is like sliding them on the ground?
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. That was like the most unique way I've ever seen a trainer throw a ball before.
Yeah,
Like I'm trying to figure out what does that do with him being a what was it, snowboarder or skier?
probably something to do with curling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, that one makes sense.
The way they're presenting him, he's like some kind of Olympian.
Yeah,
Winter Olympics. Which did everyone else think it was a girl at first?
yes.
Actually, yeah.
I don't know who we're
Me
talking
too.
about, so
The ice type
The
gym
blue
leader,
hair.
Grusha.
Oh. I wasn't paying as much
Blue-haired.
attention to the actual people.
I was trying to get a vibe who I can point my finger at being the next villain, and I'm kind of feeling it's someone we've already seen from the first trailer.
The professors.
Nope.
Oh.
Nimona.
Hmm.
Either Nimona or
Is that
Penny.
just her name?
Is that her name? Nimona's her name, right?
No, I mean, is it just because of her name that you're saying that?
No, I just got a weird
Okay.
vibe from her all of a sudden.
I'm pretty sure she's just a rival, but it would be refreshing to have the rival be the villain.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah, that's why I'm leaning on. That's why I'm trying to think of outside the box because they've been doing outside the box, but yet predictable. And I think your favorite thing, red herrings. I think the professors would be too obvious
Hmm.
villains, or at least the opposite of your game
So-
being the villain.
My thing is that it would be interesting to have the rival be the villain, but it's much more likely that we have a case of the villain being the rival. I present to you N.
Good point.
Because I don't care what anyone says, N was a rival.
Oh yeah, 100%. He was definitely a rival. You fight him multiple times throughout the entire story. He's focused on more than the main characters. I would not mind another N case.
Yeah.
N was a great character.
Yeah. N is more of a rival than any of the other main characters' friends.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. Bianca is Bianca. She doesn't do much at all. Karen, I guess I would call him a rival, but not
Yeah, Sharon
as
was
much as
definitely
that.
a rival.
Sharon, right? That goes to show you how long I haven't played these games. Bianca was there just as the female lead. I guess
Bianca
you'd
was
say.
just kind of
Yeah.
there.
Uh-huh. She had great story arcs, especially with
Yeah.
her father, but it's definitely not full rival.
I was gonna make a joke and then realize it would be started spoilers.
What?
I'll type it up.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Nice.
All right.
So what do y'all think about Penny?
I wish that Twitter
She's
would shut
fine.
up.
I agree with you there. I love her backpack.
Yes.
I want to make that.
I kind of want it.
Me too. I'm not even a backpack person, and I just want that Gigantamax Eevee backpack.
It does look like a nice backpack, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But that does confirm Gigantamax and this Scarlet and Violet take place in the same universe as Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
Why
I think
wouldn't it?
I would have thought that it was like it's a stretch to think that they wouldn't be, because like I think that everything since about Gen 5 has taken place in the same in the same like timeline, with the exceptions of like Let's Go and one of the two Gen 7 games, because obviously those can't take place in the same timeline.
Right. Yeah, because they were alternate realities for that, for Lola. I'm starting to develop a theory about Talos Galar, and now Paldea. These three powers were brought to Earth, Pokemon Earth, through a meteor. All three of them. What if it's the same exact meteor? It just broke apart into three things and just affected the land differently.
Where is the crystals from meteor?
Huh?
No, you're saying like
I don't remember that being the case for Kalos.
The Megastones were from a meteorite, I thought.
Yeah,
but
that's
the
right.
Z crystals weren't. They were from the Crozma.
I'm not talking about Z crystals. Just Mega Evolution, Gigantamax, and now
I thought for some reason I thought you were
Thank you.
including Sun and Moon
No.
in that for some reason.
No, not just the three European regions.
That
Lola's
are all
gone down.
conveniently very close to each other.
Yeah.
Exactly, and if an asteroid, comet, meteor exploded over the land.
Wait, Kalos' Mega Stone weren't meteors. That was the ultimate weapon.
Oh right, yeah.
Oh right, they changed that for. You know, this is why I hate them retconning their own story within the same generation.
That wasn't a retcon.
Oh,
That's how
wait.
the Mega
Kalos
Stone
was
got
going.
No,
Yeah, that's what I was getting confused
I know
with.
what you're thinking of. You're thinking of Kyurem.
Kyurem was part. Yeah, that I don't believe that. That was just an in-game myth, I think.
Yeah, because the whole thing with Kyurem was that in Black and White 1, there was like this myth that it came from a meteor or something. And then people think that it got retconned for Black and White 2, but no, it's just that the myth was proven wrong.
I'm also saying they retconned it with Megas because, like Giga said, they were created through the ultimate weapons being fired.
No,
But then in Hoenn...
Those were two different myths.
What are we talking about?
Okay, I
Because
think
Kalos is...
you're confusing something in the Delta episode. Because the Delta episode didn't create the Mega Evolution timeline because it kind of takes place within the Mega Evolution timeline.
Yeah, but I thought they said that Rayquaza destroyed a meteor in the past. That's what sent all of the Megastones around.
No, I don't think that's what was going on. Rayquaza destroying the meteor had... The only thing it had to do with Mega Evolution is that Rayquaza Mega evolved.
Oh, okay. So, Mega Evolution is a result of the ultimate weapon, then?
Yes. The Mega Evolution timeline is defined by the ultimate weapon being fired.
Well, that takes out Kalos from my theory, but Galar and Paldea still could be linked through the same meteorite that Eternatus came out of.
Might be a stretch, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, definitely we'll have to see, because I know we're not talking about the map during this week. We're saving that for after when we record something else. That giant crater in the center of the thing with a giant hurricane in it. I have so many questions.
Can you
Yeah,
post the
I
map
have a
so
lot
I
to
have
say
it on
too,
hand?
but I'm
Oh, wait,
leaving
no.
it for the bonus episode. So
Okay. I want to gush about that map, but that deserves its own episode, especially with that 8K map.
Yeah.
You can zoom in and see the patches of grass.
Yeah.
Finally have a use for my 4K display. Oh, we didn't talk about a certain Pokemon that I absolutely adore. I'm shocked because I didn't bring it up first.
It's a Titan.
Oh my god, I love it. Like, I saw in the leaks that we were getting a Ninja themed Pokemon. I wasn't expecting it to be like that. I absolutely adore it.
Yeah, it's cute.
The only one who likes the land whale?
I like it. I mean, it's not my favorite, but I definitely do not dislike it.
Those kinds of designs aren't really my cup of tea.
I don't know what it is about it that I really like. The idea of a land whale, I think, maybe. Or a shark with legs, too. Have that. Torpedo's evolution grows legs and runs on land. So what do you think about the 3 divergent stories that you can complete at your own pace?
I wasn't paying much attention to that.
It has potential. Also with the whole open world thing, challenging the gyms in any order. From what I've heard, there's a problem with that. In that,
Yeah, there's no scaling.
yeah, like, why even bother if there's no scaling?
I mean, if you want to be that guy, you can go a hardcore grind till you can beat the 8th gym, but then you're just going to run over all the past gyms.
I'm talking from a development perspective here.
Mm-hmm. Like, all I can think of, maybe they're like pseudo scaling, where like the first 3 are like around 10, like 10, 15, 20, like you can take them on easily. And then like the next batch is mid levels, and the last handful are high level gyms that you can take on in any order.
What do we know about the no scaling thing? Because it could just be that the wild mons aren't scaled.
Oh, Wildmon scale.
Oh, okay.
Gyms don't.
Supposedly, like that's still, just in the land of leaks, but the leaks have been pretty.
These were all true.
Yeah. So.
Which interests me on one certain thing. The leaks say we're getting 120 to 140 new Pokemon.
What the fuck?
I mean, that's less than Unova gave us.
Oh yeah, I know it's less than Unova, but it's more than it's been in since then.
Yeah.
And that just makes it even more head scratching that we only know 10 new Pokemon right now.
Mm-hmm. Maybe they don't want to spoil that. It's like that would be a huge draw for people too. Like that's something I would save for second to last trailer.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even then you could have like 60 revealed before release, and everyone would be fine.
Mm-hmm. Like that's going to be insane to have that many new Pokemon again.
The question is, though, is this counting regional variants?
Yes. And another kind of variant that we don't have yet to be revealed.
Ah.
That is also counting them. So regional variants, which, according to the leaks, we all might be disappointed on the number of them.
I mean, even if it's just a handful, I probably wouldn't be too disappointed, because it would be them testing the waters, both with fan reaction and how feasible is it to have 2 different kinds of variants in the same game.
Exactly. That's why I think if the reason they're so low, the count, this is supposedly, because we don't know how far Kaka made it through the game.
Right.
We don't know the whole truth of this is all he saw, so we don't know if there's more. Plus, if they are following the same path as Arceus, you could have different spawns at different times.
Yeah.
And in different weathers. Who really knows? Because if he only saw the 2 regional forms, that doesn't mean there's not going to be more.
Yeah.
I mean, that wasn't exclusive to Arceus.
Not.
I mean, to that draft. No, you're right. It was also like that in Sword and Shield. I just try to put Sword and Shield out of memory as much as possible sometimes.
It's not a bad game.
I didn't like it, though. I liked the DLC for it, though.
I mean, can't all pretend we didn't have some kind of weird fun with it.
Oh, yeah, I will say it had its charms. The story was what killed it for me.
The story could have been improved, but the premise was not bad.
Oh, no, the premise was good. The execution was awful.
Yeah.
I think where it really lost it for me, like, it got me to the point where I was like, I hate this game, is when Leon says, oh, I'm going to go take care of this big threat up ahead. You guys stay here. I'm the main character, not Leon.
Okay, but Leon doesn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised with the way Leon's
the champion. It's his job to do that.
Yeah.
And you are a child.
Yes,
Yeah.
it makes perfect sense for Leon to do that.
With the way the Gigantamax Pokemon were having the outbreaks, they should have had like more than one, and you had to go help. Or it could have been all four of you, like you, Leon, Hop.
Yeah,
That was his name, right? Hop.
And who else?
I don't know. Let's throw How in there too, because Hop and How are the same person.
no, they have very different personalities. It just takes a trained eye to actually see the differences.
I don't play Pokemon with a trained eye.
Okay, so Hop and How fall into different categories of rival. So most people think that there's just the friendly rival and the mean rival or whatever, the jerk rival. I kind of have a third category called the competitive rival, and that's where Hop fits in, because How is definitely the friendly rival, but Hop is a lot more is trying to compete with the player.
We crush his dreams by the end of the game.
I mean, we do the same thing with Sharon.
I know, but at least he becomes a gym leader while our character completely disappears.
Yeah, but like, so the competitive rival includes Charon, it includes Hop, it includes Marnie even.
Mhm.
Whereas
And
that is a
Marnie's a
very
competitive rival?
different category from the friendly rival, which is like How, Bianca, Wally, May, or actually no, Wally's the competitive rival. May, etc. And it's a very different category from the jerk rival, which is like Blue and Silver, and to an extent Gladian.
I mean, at least we had Bede in Sword and Shield, who was a complete asshole.
Yeah, Bade was definitely the asshole rival.
And
But
I never felt so petty. Get a shiny of the Pokemon he had just because I wanted to use the same Pokemon. I was that petty because that.
Speaking of, I don't know why this reminded me. I saw Noivern in the trailer, and I am pleased.
I figured I saw Noibat and Noivern, and I was like, oh, Kuda's gonna be happy.
Can we just appreciate the way the interaction it had with the trainer after it evolved?
Yeah.
It was very nice. I hope all Pokemon have
actually,
some kind of interaction.
I think that wasn't part of the evolution. I think that might have been part of whatever the equivalent of Pokemon Me is.
Mm-hmm. Which I think that's going to be a very important thing in this generation.
Yeah. But yeah, I saw Noivern and I was happy. I was not happy that they cut off its cry, but I could understand because that's a very long cry.
It looks really good in the new graphics.
Yeah.
Here in the new graphics, did you see Pine Echo?
Yep.
Pineco?
Yes, that one. The Pine Cone. I know it's actually a bad worm, but it's still a pine cone.
Yeah.
I've always called it Pine Echo. I don't know why.
But do you call them pineacones?
No, I call it pine cones.
Jeez.
But no, I love the detailing on its flesh, I guess.
Scales?
Yeah, scales, I guess. I don't know what the hell to call it, but it was like highly detailed. And I was like, God damn, that makes me want to like just explore and look close at every single Pokemon.
So like I've seen people complain about the graphics because, of course, tree textures, ground textures, whatever. But you're not really looking at the trees and the ground. You're looking at the Pokemon, and the Pokemon look fantastic.
Oh yeah, like did you see the Arcanine at the start of the trailer?
Yes.
They're gorgeous.
Also, like I noticed very distinctly, the distinct groups of the same Pokemon thing that we saw more in Legends than we did in Sword and Shield.
Yeah, it's like it's the way it should look. Like they're grouped together properly.
Yeah. Instead of just like
things.
everything that can spawn in that patch of grass is just wandering around.
Mm-hmm. It looks like an actual ecosystem.
Yeah, it's like
the bug Pokemon are
distinct groups of the same family of Pokemon is a lot better than just there's like 5 Pokemon that can spawn here. All 5 are walking around, and maybe there's a 6th one that you can only find in the grass.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, there is. They've already confirmed there is no grass encounters. It's all overworld.
Hmm.
I think that was revealed in the first information roundup thing on the Pokemon site.
Interesting.
It's heavily going off Legends system.
Well, I think isn't it the same engine?
Yes, it's same legend as Legends.
Yeah.
So it's as it should be.
Yeah.
They took away the good stuff. It seems like overworld throwing balls because that was so fun.
Your mileage may vary. I'm not a huge fan of it.
I thought it was very immersive. I will say that.
I prefer gameplay over immersion,
I'm
and
a
it was
sucker
not good
for
for gameplay for me.
I just I think they might have. I know for a fact the ball throwing, so that's not in it. I think we might have like Pokedex tasks coming back somehow.
That'd be cool.
Because one,
Yeah.
we're in an academy, and there's going to be tests and all bullshit like that. And did you see the Pokedex screen?
Yes. It looks like the Pokédex is going to be like building on itself as we do things.
And it's like a bookshelf kind of thing too.
Yes.
It's so gorgeous. Like I want those as posters, first of all. Second, I think there's going to be tasks within those pertaining to the Pokemon, just like the Legends Pokedex was.
Okay, as long as it's not as extensive as the Legends Pokedex was, I'll be happy.
Yes, 100 splashes from a Magikarp.
I still haven't done that.
Neither have I.
Then again, I don't really care to.
Okay, I stopped playing that. I'm done with it.
Like I'm.
Go ahead.
I got other things to worry about. Legends, like getting 2 shinies that I've been struggling to get.
All you gotta find is a Gyarados outbreak or a Gyarados outbreaks suck. Magikarp outbreak, and just hope you get lucky.
Right now, my main thing is I'm waiting to see, okay, is there going to be a Pokemon that I want to make a variant out of? Because we have very limited slots left for Saronix's own variants, and I was waiting until Gen 9 came out to see if there was anything in particular that I wanted to turn into a variant.
I know I will be making a deep sea variant out of one of the new Pokemon.
Gee, I wonder which
guarantee
one.
None of you will be able to guess what it is.
Gonna be Fido, isn't it?
That would be awesome as a DC Pokemon, but no. White Coco.
Sarcosuchus?
What?
That's a no then.
No, I don't even. I didn't understand what you said.
Oh, Sarcosuchus. It's an ancient crocodilian thing.
Similar, I think. It's the one I think you're referring to. I had to Google it to see what it looks like, but I want to make a deep sea version of it. And I have so many ideas, and I have to wait to see what it evolves into before I even attempt anything.
The issue is with what I'm waiting for is that the only Pokemon that we know of right now are the starters, which I'm not making any more variants of, the legendaries, which I'm not making variants of, and some like random Pokemon, none of which I particularly like.
Fuck. I mean, if there is actually 140, give or take, new Pokemon, that'll be a lot to choose from to make a variant for you.
Yeah. But I mean, like, if that's including the variants, then it's probably going to be a lot less than that. And it really just depends on, okay, is there a Pokemon that I can work with, or is there a Pokemon that I really like, or whatever. Of course, just because I like a Pokemon doesn't mean that I'll make a variant out of it. Case in point,
Right.
Absol.
You can't touch perfection.
I can increase its base stats, but I can't change its design.
Now, from what I've been able to gather from at least the Riddler, because Ku's back, because narcissists need attention.
Yeah.
There will be some Pokemon that will get special headgear from terrestrialization.
Terrestrialization. Okay.
I don't know. It's a stupid word to begin with.
Terrestrializing.
Oh, that
That's
actually reminds me. Someone pointed out that that for a few generations now, the main gimmick has included some like prefix from the metric system. With the exception of like Z moves, there's like Mega Evolution, Gigantamax, and now Terrestrialize.
Would you even count Giganto, though?
It comes from the
Giga.
same root.
I guess.
So
Still.
that raises the question: are these three things connected somehow?
I doubt
I'm
it.
gonna say no.
I doubt it, but it's a cool coincidence.
Like, I'm trying to find any excuse to find a way these are connected, because that would be great story-wise.
It would.
It would if it's not forced, and typically when conspiracy theorists look at this kind of thing, it tends to be forced.
Hey, look, if I can find a lizard person, I will find a lizard person.
Right.
For the record, I don't actually believe in lizard people.
Look, we better not see you tweet a picture of yourself with a dartboard trying to connect all this shit.
It all comes together.
Masuda said it himself. It all comes together.
That wasn't what I was referencing,
yeah.
but okay.
I'm taking it and making it that way now.
No, that line comes from Loxton's reset theory back in the pre-release of Gen 7.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like when you said that, I was like, wait, did Matsuda say that? Or I thought that was just the Loxton thing.
No, Masuda said it, and that's where probably Loxton got it from.
Maybe.
Yeah,
It was for
because
Gen 7.
I think Masuda did say it all comes together in Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon, and that's where Loxton got
Yeah, I
the
did.
key phrase.
Okay.
So technically, yes, I was referencing Masuda, but I was referencing Loxton more so.
A reference to a reference. Reference inception.
It's just like in the Pokemon community, at least with those that actually follow the Poketubers, it all comes together is very much a Loxton joke.
Yeah.
What else did that trailer hold? Anything else? Trying to think, because I know there was a lot to it.
We discovered that
being-
Miraidon can technically close its eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just the little digital stuff going up into its head.
Yeah.
Cavill has Premier Balls instead of regular Pokeballs on his.
Yeah, that was cool. Oh, he's going to be the champion, isn't he?
I hope not.
I feel like it's
That
too
would
easy.
be fucking weird.
Yeah. Well, the way they made it sound, it's like the championship battle is the ultimate test for the academy, and he's the headmaster. So I'm just putting one and one together. And he's also the villain.
Everyone's a villain. The player is a villain.
Well, I saw that this is not my theory. We are forced to wear a uniform. We cannot change our clothes out of said uniform. What if
Which
we
is
are the
pretty
villains?
boring.
Yeah, that is really boring. But what
Why
if
would that
we
make
are
us
the
the villain?
It's the
Because-
only time in history, in the Pokemon games, the only people who couldn't change their outside of a uniform were the villains.
I mean,
Or school children.
Them kids.
or pretty much any protagonist before Gen 6.
Yeah, but that wasn't a uniform. That was just like going outside in adventure clothes.
It was a uniform Pokemon Ranger.
Okay, you got me there. Pokemon Ranger had uniforms. Like a police force or ranger force.
Yes, the Pokemon Rangers are a Ranger Force.
Yeah.
Yes, good name. But there
That's
is something
fine.
I would. How does everyone feel about the leaks were all true?
I don't care.
Yeah, I
was
really don't
hoping they
care.
were. I was hoping the region would be revealed, and it's some stupid ass name that's not Paldea, and all the leaks were all fake, and Kaka was just pulling shit over our eyes.
Hmm.
That's what I was hoping for deep down because I wanted it all to be fake. It's wild that it's all real, which means I want to talk about things that not been revealed yet, but I don't feel like I should. You know what I mean?
I would err on the side of caution and not.
Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna be making videos out of it because then I'd be a fucking hypocrite.
On
I'm
the
always
plus side,
throwing up.
that means we already know what to do for one Pokemon in particular.
We do.
Which one?
Because of that Giraffe rig
Oh,
evolution.
forgot about that one. That was one of the earliest Kaka weeks.
Where's a giraffe for Giga?
Yep.
Huh. I'm keeping my Mega.
Yeah, we were
Good
joking
one.
about it like last month or so
Huh.
when the leaks just
Giga,
started.
I can't remember what I had for breakfast yesterday. Do you really expect me to remember a random discussion we had about a Pokemon?
In some cases, yes.
This is a question for both of you now. Are you going to be adding these evolutions to the game?
Why wouldn't we?
Just curious.
Literally, why wouldn't we?
I don't know. I was just asking.
Yeah, my answer is do you have a brain?
Sometimes I wonder.
So the thing with Sardonyx is that up until we actually complete the game, we do intend to have every Pokemon. We just can't guarantee that we'll add Pokemon after the game is released.
Gotcha. What
That's
about
fair.
terrestrial crystallization?
It depends on how it
I'm
works.
gonna say no.
Yeah, I'm leaning
Okay.
no, but it really depends on how it works.
Right.
Yeah, I don't
'Cause
see it happening either.
Gigantamax and Dynamax is something I can't see that in any fan game working the way it would work in a real Pokemon game.
There are fan games that include it, but we're just taking the G-Max forms and making them into Megas.
Mm-hmm. Like outside of that, I don't see like they make them temporary in the other fan games too.
Probably, I don't know. I don't play them.
Interesting. I feel like I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Gigantamax or Dynamax, anyways. I love the forms. Like Blastoise looks awesome.
And it was really good for manga panel stuff.
Oh, I can imagine. Like an entire like splash page is just that.
Yes. Sometimes not even a splash page, but just like one panel that's just really cool.
That's
Let's see if
awesome.
I still have screenshots.
That reminds me that like the only reason that Mega Evolution isn't permanent is because one of the developers was like, I like Charizard and I like Mega Charizard, but if my Charizard stayed like that forever, I would be sad.
Mm-hmm. Well, can you imagine how broken Mega Pokemon would be if you were able to give them items? Look how broken Rayquaza is, as it is.
Yeah. Rayquaza made its own tier.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of some Mega Garchomp. Can you picture Mega Garchomp with Life Orb?
So the thing is, Mega Garchomp is actually worse than normal Garchomp.
I know, but it was the Mega I ran, and it's what came to my mind first.
I'm also one of those people that prefers normal Absol over Mega Absol because I love Mega Absol's design. The problem is it loses Super Luck.
Out of all the abilities, not to give it.
Oh, I mean, it has Magic Bounce, which is also really, really good. But I prefer to run crit sets on my Absol.
Right, definitely. Mega T-Tar. Oh, God.
I do love the whole angel motif that Mega Absol has going on.
Oh, yeah, so do I. But going back to Megas with items, Mega Tyranitar with Assault Vest.
That would be something.
That would be awful. You get the Sandstorm going, you get the defense boost from that, now you get the defense boost from the Assault Vest.
Mega Beedrill with Choice Band.
Ooh! Ooh, I like that one. Which is a high special attacking Mega?
Charizard.
I guess. Charizard
Absol.
Y. Absol, yeah, you can go with Absol with choice specs.
Yeah. Absol is weird when it comes to like its attacking stats because its normal Absol special attack actually isn't that bad. It's like average. It's just that why would you use special attacks when it has like one of the highest attack stats of any basic Pokemon?
Most of the high crit chance attacks are physical attacks.
Yeah.
Like Slash, Psycho Cut.
It still bothers me that Absol can't learn Cross Poison.
That's weird.
Yeah. It'd make like the perfect counter to fairies too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would make it very dangerous.
Yeah. Which is why I gave it to Absol in Sardonyx.
I got a question. Going back to Paldean Wooper.
Yeah.
Do you think it's going to evolve into quack? Wow. English speak that good. Do you think it's going to evolve into Paldean Quagsire or a new regional evolution?
I would say probably
That's a
Quagsire.
good question.
It could go either way, but I would say probably Quagsire.
I would hope it goes Quagsire because I'd be curious to see Quagsire with the Skull and Bones motif. Poison ground with water absorb.
The annoying thing is I've kind of been wanting to remove water absorb from the Wooper line.
And
then I'll just move Wooper then.
I would say for normal Wooper,
yeah,
maybe.
you'll probably get around to that in 2 months.
Okay.
For Paldean Wooper, I think it's a good idea because it takes away the water type weakness.
Yeah. The reason I'm complaining about Wooper is actually just because Sardonyx. Because as it turns out, using Wooper in a specific way can basically help you cheese Dynamo.
Oh.
It's less possible now because we fixed part of the issue. But
I thought I was being cheesy with Dunsparce.
So the way that this particular exploit worked is a water absorb Wooper against an old moveset of Dynamo's Chinchou would just completely stall out the Chinchou and let you exhaust all of Chinchou's PP, then swap to another Pokemon to set up.
And how did you change that, or are you not at liberty?
We changed one of the moves so that Chinchou can actually hit a Wooper now.
I was just about to ask something, but I remember you said that's going to be for hard mode, right?
I'm going to need to know what you were...
Giving them an extra newer Pokemon.
That would be for scaling. Not necessarily for hard mode.
Okay.
Hard mode typically levels up or evolves the enemy Pokemon.
Gotcha.
It doesn't really add new ones. In some
Okay.
cases, it might change the Pokemon, but it won't just add another one to the slot.
Okay. I know there's a certain Pokemon you wanted to give them.
Yeah, there's a few that I wanted to give various people. The Dynamo is ultimately Giga's character, so it's up to him.
Those panels are actually awesome.
Yes.
That toxicity, though.
Like, as much as I disagree with Dynamax and Gigantamax, they make for some great manga panels.
And they're basically kaiju.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I should also mention the first one I shared is literally like the first page of the Sword and Shield arc.
Now, if the games followed the manga, I think I'd have enjoyed the games more.
Probably.
Then you'd have teen-rated Pokemon games.
The manga isn't that dark.
Darker than the games.
It is.
Kidnapping without repercussion.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
Uh-huh.
By the protagonists.
Yes.
Can you imagine a side quest in Pokemon where you just, hey, go kidnap this kid and turn him into a trainer?
Well, no, you save the kid because he accidentally walked off a cliff, and he's like, then you just go, hey, do you want to come with us? We can
That
call
is
your
some of the-
parents.
That is some of the most anime bullshit I've ever heard.
We
Like,
can call
I
your
just saved your
parents.
life,
Don't
dude.
worry, we're traveling with the region's professor. She's a celebrity.
Can you imagine if our world worked like that? Oh, I just say this kid, he is now my protege.
I mean, this is already a world where 12-year-olds can go out into the wild with
Yeah.
superpowered animals.
Fuck yeah, let's go. If I could just snap my fingers and make that a reality, you know damn well I would.
I feel like living in the Pokemon world would be a little too dangerous.
I think
Yes.
that'd be very interesting.
Is that
Because
worth dying?
humans are not nice.
No.
And
Oh, the humans of the Pokemon world aren't nice either. We just don't get to see the bad ones that often. I'm sure Pokemon has its serial killers, its megalomaniacs.
I mean, if you really want to have Pokemon in real life, then I'm just going to point you at Sardonyx, and as an example of why that's not a good idea.
Eh. That's the crime of one region.
But all it takes is living in a region with that kind of crime.
yeah.
True. But we would live in, or at least I would be living in Unova. You would be like South Unova.
Why would I be in
What?
South Unova?
Unova's the tri-state area, mostly.
I'm in Minnesota.
That's nowhere near New York, New Jersey, or Pennsylvania. Wait, last I checked, we are neighbors.
But like, go back to the kidnapping thing. It's been 30 chapters, and we still have not gotten confirmation that Marvin's parents were contacted.
Oh yeah, that kid's been sold into child slavery. He's part of the trafficking now.
Like, it probably happened, off camera, so to speak. But like the
Mhm.
fact that we don't have confirmation that Magnolia, called his parents, said,
Has
"Hey,"
he been seen at all since then?
I mean, he's been with the protagonists.
Oh, okay, so he's not been shipped off to
No, he's
some godforsaken region.
he's a main character.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Fuck.
it's just that he was literally kidnapped.
That's wild. Oh, Pokemon. Giving kids bad ideas.
But yeah,
I
just like
wonder, like,
with Pokemon Special, people point at the whole, Arbok getting cut in half thing, like, oh my god, so dark and edgy, and it's like, doesn't do that
it
very
gets worse.
often.
It gets worse, though.
I
It
mean,
it
the
doesn't really get into that kind of violence very often.
the
Just
Kanto arcs were pretty dark, though.
yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. They've considerably lightened up in terms of like the violence, but the themes have gotten dark.
Mhm.
Because, I mean, literally the yellow arc was just, we want to kill Red. This Pikachu escaped us. We want to kill the Pikachu.
God damn.
Yeah.
I mean,
Uh,
And then
I
Lance
wish
was a fucking
people didn't.
psychopath.
yes. Then he got better.
I wish the games were just a tiny bit more edgy. And games have spoiled me, I guess.
But yeah, so like I said, they've laid off the whole violence aspect of it, but like now it's the existential darkness.
They realize the fans have grown up and they have to scare them in other ways.
Like the XY arc is about a kid that was a child prodigy for battling, and because the media hounded him, he became a shut-in and never left his room for like I think 5 years.
No,
We've
I'm
had
glad
this
they're not
conversation.
afraid to tackle dark themes like that.
I mean, that entire generation of or arc, whatever, is also about stranger danger. So
Yes. And so like when they end up having to go on their adventure because Vanivale Town is completely destroyed by Xerneas and Yveltal fighting, throughout the entire arc, they can't trust anybody. Because whenever they start to trust somebody, it turns out that that person is Team Flare, and you know, it's it's kind of insane how dark the XY arc gets.
it's just Animorphs with Pokemon.
Yes. Unironically, yes.
We've also had this discussion before on this podcast.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I'm
this is like
sure.
the third time. But it's worth talking about because
Yeah.
it reminds the people that there's more Pokemon than just the games and the weird anime.
It also reminds people that they don't want to live in the Pokemon world.
Yes.
I still do. I don't care how fucking weird it gets or how any day the world could be ended by Arceus just saying, okay, I'm bored.
Or someone being crazy.
Exactly, saying, okay, I'm going to go catch Arceus because I'm bored. But it's like, I still would risk it. I mean, it's a fantasy. I would love to have that adventure.
I'm going to put the embodiment of either life or death in a machine so that I can decimate the entire world.
Yep.
But thankfully, we have a bunch of 15 and 16-year-olds to stop him.
Yeah.
Because Looker can't do shit because I don't know what his problem is. He's always late to the party.
And bureaucracy.
Yeah.
I mean, he helped a lot in Platinum.
Yeah. I would love to see the geopolitical landscape of the Pokemon world.
Yeah.
Like, I know that's never, ever going to be covered in any medium. I would love it.
As somebody who loves that type of world building, I agree. I want it so much.
It would explain a lot of plot holes in all the Pokemon games. Like, how do these regions function? Where does the money come from?
Persian.
It's just a farm of Meowths and Persians.
I mean, realistically, how would anyone stop payday from causing inflation?
Yeah, that is an issue.
Oh shit! Meowth breaks the economy.
Like,
Uh,
how would anyone stop that?
Oh shit! I have no idea.
It's just like how the existence of electric Pokemon kind of makes you question Chairman Rose's plan.
Yeah.
Chairman Rose was an idiot.
And, like, does anyone pay utilities in the Pokemon world, or do they just have Squirtle?
Good point.
I wish the games delved into this more often. That like Pokemon can do things for you.
Exactly. Are
That's why
elections fair?
that's
Like,
why I
if-
liked the that one YouTube series. I can't remember the name of it. The official one, where they just had Pokemon doing things in the background, and it wasn't the main point of it. It was just they were there,
Yeah.
and you know,
What generations?
I think it might have been Generations. I don't remember.
Because I remember there was a scene in there when they were going to arrest Giovanni, and there was like Growlithe with him. A Machamp was the battering ram to break down the door. I
The
want to
main
see
thing
more
I
of
was
that.
thinking about was it was the thing with the Kimono sisters, and
Oh
like
yeah.
they had Pokemon doing all the special effects for the show.
Mhm,
You know,
exactly. But can you
Wait, that
imagine
was
the movie?
Evolution, Stan.
Yeah, that was the second half of the fun
Okay.
stuff. I love those animations so much.
That was great.
Hmm
and like in the whole festival thing, you had. I remember Alakazam was like doing a show in a booth in the background. Like it
hmm
wasn't the main point. It was just glancing over it. But like,
Exactly. So
I
there's so
want to
much.
see. I want to see the Pokemon living in the world.
Mhm. It's like there's so much to the Pokemon world, and we only see it through one lens.
Yeah.
Technically, two, because of Pokemon Ranger.
I mean, if we're counting Pokemon Ranger as a second one, then there's a lot more than two.
Yeah.
Because then we
Uh,
have Mystery Dungeon.
No, that's a separate universe. I'm
We don't know
talking
that.
about the ones with the humans.
We don't know
There's
that.
no
You must
humans in
open
there.
your fifth eye.
But they know what humans are.
Yeah.
True.
Mewtwo exists.
Oh, that muddles everything.
There is literally a friend area that is human ruins.
What if Pokemon Mystery Dungeons is post-apocalyptic?
I mean, yes,
That's a common
kinda-
theory. The player in Explorers is literally from that world, just in the future.
That I know. Yeah.
So you
I never
can't say
realized that.
you can't say that the Mystery Dungeon universe has no humans because Explorers
I know.
proves you wrong.
Oh, I know because the main character is a human.
Yeah, and it's not like the main character was pulled from another world. They are from that world in the future, so it's not like humans are extinct either.
Okay, but that's not part of the current time, though. Then we can say that.
Except it is part of the current timeline. It's just further ahead in the timeline.
Then it's not the current time.
Time is not the
But if
same as
they're there in
timeline.
the future, that means they're there in the present.
Oh,
Okay, we have
time
different definitions.
travel.
We have different definitions of timeline. Timeline is just the current flow of time. It's not the current time.
Yeah, I use it the other way, where
Yeah.
it's like we're not on that point of the timeline.
Right.
Yet.
I could go on and on about timelines and stuff because role playing.
Yeah.
But it never dawned on me that Mystery Dungeon is just post-apocalyptic.
Except we
Pokemon
don't
world.
know that it's post-apocalyptic because we don't
Right,
know
it could be
anything
far
about
back.
why humans are not there.
It could be the far past before humans existed. Then they already know what humans are.
What?
I don't have enough alcohol to cover this subject.
Yeah, because I always hear the theory that it's post-apocalyptic and humans are extinct, but then nobody addresses explorers.
Yeah. I mean, it can be post-apocalyptic, but the people don't have to be extinct.
And why are you the only human?
I
That's
mean,
true.
Like the
maybe
only
there's humans in just
no, I'm
another
talking.
continent somewhere.
I'm talking about like the only human that we ever actually get any confirmation is from that world.
Because they're not relevant to the story.
Fair. Also, Porygon exists.
Yes.
That's what ruins the whole idea, especially with Mewtwo and Paragon and what other
Castform.
man-made Pokemon. Castform's a man-made Pokemon. Ditto, arguably, in fan theory, is man-made as well.
Yeah.
I'm sure Magearna would be in the Mystery Dungeon games
Yep.
during the current gen.
The
It's completely
Reggies,
man-made.
because we don't know if. Okay, so like the Reggie lore has changed a few times.
No, it hasn't really.
Like
They just muddled it, and with the confusing thing is, did we create Regigigas and Regigigas create them, or did we create the Reggies to bind Regigigas?
You mean it was already confirmed? Like it's already a thing that Reggie Giga has created the Titans.
okay,
That hasn't changed.
it changed in that I think in Gen 3, it was implied that humans created the Titans.
Yeah, it was in the Braille.
Yeah.
We created them,
That's
but then we
true.
sealed them away out of fear.
Wait, hold on now.
I'm pretty sure that's what the Braille said, yeah.
In Emerald, for sure, I think, because I have the guidebook that let me read it.
Okay,
easier.
I'm just gonna go to Wikipedia.
I mean, that doesn't even necessarily have to conflict. Maybe Regigigas and people worked together to create the other
Yeah.
Reggies.
My theory is that humans created both, and it's just that Regigigas was made first and
Mhm.
helped.
And then we have Reggie Drago and Reggie. What's the electric Reggie's
Regieleki.
called again?
I think we have confirmation that Regigigas made those.
Okay.
Because like the whole thing with Regidrago is that Regigigas started making something out of dragon energy and ran out.
That's why it's only a head.
Yes.
Can you imagine full potential Reggie Drago?
Yes.
Ooh,
That'd be
that
awesome.
sounds like a fun Fakemon.
Yeah.
I just realized
That's-
something also. Reshiram and Zekrom exist, and
Mhm.
their whole thing is that they split from Kyurem because
Mhm.
of Univa's princes, and that means that Univa is canon to the Mystery Dungeon universe,
Okay.
which means that they're all in the same universe.
What a confusing mess that universe is. This is just a little not a segue, just me adding on to that. This is why we really need Legends Kyurem to see that happen, see that split,
Yeah.
and see the original dragon.
That's one of those things where I'm not sure I agree.
You wanted to be kept a mystery?
Yeah.
Understandable. Some of the best things
God
are
damn
left
it!
kept a
Wrong
mystery.
underwater place.
Did you go to Seafloor Cavern?
Yep.
You're actually in game finding this shit out?
No, he's on Bulbapedia.
No, I went to Bulbapedia.
Oh,
He just
I was
forgot
about
what
to say that's a damn dedication right there.
Okay, found it. In this cave, we have lived. We owe all to the Pokemon, but we sealed the Pokemon away. That doesn't say anything about them creating humans creating them.
Well, this might be a Mandela effect thing, and Kalian and I are from the same alternate reality that slipped into this one.
Either that, or, yeah. Plus, Kuda's own headcanon isn't helping.
I do vaguely remember. I don't know if it was in the room that unleashes them or in their own separate chambers, but I vaguely remember about humans creating the Reggies. It's like something that like a core memory for me.
It wouldn't
Pokemon.
have been their own chambers.
Yeah, their own chambers only tell how to open them.
Oh, okay. I thought there was a little bit of lore with them too. We appreciate Pokemon making us learn Braille to catch legendary Pokemon.
Nobody learned Braille. It was in the fucking guide. It was in the fucking
Yeah.
instruction guide.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know
Yep.
that. Got it from the guidebook. I didn't know it had a legend to translate that. That's cool.
My issue is that they chose Braille of all things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we gotta appeal to those blind people that can feel Braille on screens.
Yeah. It's like they could have used they have the Pokemon made up language they could have used.
They didn't really have that until like Gen 5 anime wise, I think.
Oh, I never knew that. I always
And
thought that
then
was a
I
thing.
want that.
think, as far as games go, it might have been Gen 7.
Oh wow. I never knew that.
I know it
I just
appeared
love
in
that
the anime before it appeared in the games.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's why I was a little confused about that.
But even then, I don't think it was in the anime until like Gen 5.
Where do you think they're going to go with Paldea in the anime? Do you think they're going to continue with the way it's going with Journeys? Just include Paldea, or do you think they're going back to the old way?
I'm not sure.
We don't even know if Ash is going to win the World Championships. That'd be wild if he wins that.
Well, I mean, the problem with Ash winning is like, what do you do with him after?
Exactly. It's like, where do
Yeah.
you go from there? That's why I'm 100% expecting him to lose. My God. I mean, if you let him win that, you may as well just end the series and start with a new protagonist for Scarlet and Violet.
Well, I mean, I only see Ash winning because he already lost to Leon.
Oh, the redemption arc kind of thing. Maybe he goes to Paldea to be like an instructor at the school? Or as a guest? The academy?
Yeah, that would kind of make sense.
That'd be cool.
To make a weird
Go to the
comparison,
bathroom.
make a weird comparison, I could see them doing what they did with the Beyblade Burst series.
I'm not familiar with that, unfortunately.
Like the main character of the first two seasons of the Beyblade Burst series, Vault, basically became a reoccurring character in the remaining seasons, but they kept changing the main character.
Okay, I can see that working for Pokemon.
Yeah, so like they would have Ash still be there.
Like a mentor for a new character.
Exactly.
I can see that would be cool. That would make me interested to see where they go with it. Especially if they're going to stick to what the games are and they have the legendary Pokemon with them from the beginning. That'd be interesting.
My vision is going, but I need to finish this. I'm almost done with the queue. I just want to finish it, and then I'll take a break. Because, goddamn, I've gotten it so that like with this adoptable shop, I don't take orders on Tuesdays or Thursdays Tuesdays because I'm busy. Thursdays because I can just work on it during Foxfire.
Mm-hmm.
And it actually gives me a chance to catch up with the queue.
If it works.
I am currently at 197 out of 202.
Wow.
Yeah.
They were very popular then.
Yeah. I had to briefly close the shop for a bit so I could work on an update and work on the queue. But that was like a week ago, and I'm already thinking, okay, when we get to around 250, then I'll close up again, hammer out the queue, and then work on another update.
That's awesome. I'm very happy for you that they got so popular like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's gotten
I
so
told you, they
popular.
were
It's gotten so
adorable.
popular that I am legitimately making a Discord server for it now.
Really?
Oh yeah, I want to show you the logo for the Discord because I like it. Hang on.
I'm back. Sorry
Welcome
about
back.
the dogs.
No problem.
Fine.
This.
I just ran out of Pokemon stuff to talk about, so we're talking about Kalion's art now.
Ah.
I have it on stream now.
Okay, on stream. Oh, that's really cute.
Yeah. I'm not sure about the top spikes, the ones above the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
But like Voidwalker as a Discord logo.
That's really good.
I started also fucking around with it in Photoshop and kind of ended up making this.
Oh wow, I love the shininess of that one.
Yeah.
Looks like a nice button.
It does. I'm probably gonna use this for the thread. Yeah,
That's
like
something I could see easily made into one of those round pins.
yeah. But yeah, like I was already gonna make a Discord server for Voidwalkers because they're a very robust closed species that I want to have actually organized eventually. But I figure, okay, I might as well just combine Voidlings into this. And the server currently has 4 people, myself included, the other people being Giga, Nate, and Zio, because I want them to be mods.
Right.
Also, I invited Zio because he actually owns a Voidwalker. In fact, I can pull her up. Not there.
I know we talked about it last week, but I just love the idea of this adoptable art creature concept.
This is Zio's Voidwalker.
Oh, it's very pretty.
Yeah. Hang on, I have a headshot of her. Note the asymmetrical neck marking.
Mm.
Yeah.
Does she have a special? Is she? You said?
Yeah.
Does she have a special name?
Yeah, it's written right here.
I can't read that. I can't read that.
I know.
I don't speak dragon.
I can't pronounce it, but let me just type it up.
Would their names translate into something we could pronounce, or would they be like Argonian, where it's like fathomless depths, or something like that? Okay, so it translates into something nice.
Yeah.
Shaisari?
Shaisa Ray. It's weird how Drakine is pronounced because that accented I makes the R kind of trilled, and I can't pronounce that.
Mm. Oh, they are dragon talk, so I'm surprised.
Yeah, so like the entire thing is that Drakine is not easy to pronounce by humans because we don't have the mouth structure for it.
Exactly. We
By
have
the way,
ape mouth, not lizard mouth.
Yeah. By the way, let me find it.
I'm probably going to find a perfect Koromon before I find a potential level 20 Phoenix. If I find a potential a level 20 potential, I'm able to upgrade it to level 21, which makes it perfect. It's like 31 IV kind of thing. My dumb ass just saw it's perfect and it's like, oh my god, it's a purple and blue Phoenix. I need it. It's become my obsession. The Phoenixes. I think I'm going to completely redesign my mascot. I've come to the understanding is I'm not my mascot anymore. My mascot is a separate entity from me.
Funny how that happens, isn't it?
Like it just came to me. It's like it even has a different name now. It's just like my brain went on this weird tangent. It's like I am Phoenix. I am the Black Phoenix. My mascot is Bright Ember, and she's a different kind of Phoenix. Wait, hold on. You have an entire text for that in your
Yeah, I have a
computer?
font for it, and I can't remember what letter corresponds to this glyph.
Who made that for you, or did you
Me.
make it? That is awesome.
I can't.
I remember you sent me that too.
Yeah, this is close, and I need to go look at my cheat sheet because I don't remember what letter corresponds to this character.
I just love it. I have the split screen kind of thing going when you're streaming the gameplay, and I just happened to look over and I just noticed you're not drawing that; you're typing that out.
See, that is that. So where is it?
And for everybody watching my perspective, go check out Kalian's perspective when she uploads.
Oh,
them,
it is
this is some
accented.
wild stuff.
It is
This is some
accented.
wild stuff.
Why did I accent that? There we go.
Nice.
Why did I accent that? Yeah.
You know, I gotta say, when I saw Miraidon walking on all fours, it kind of reminded me of your Voidwalkers. That was the first thing I thought about.
Similar head
my
shape.
God. Yeah. That's... I don't know how your Voidwalkers would walk, but I kind of picture them similar to how Miraidon was walking.
Hmm. Yeah, this.
And also, am I the only one who thinks that Miraidon and Caridon have, toothless energy?
They do.
Okay, I'm not the only one.
But the thing is that Voidwalkers also have toothless energy.
Mhm.
So it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's why, because I like Toothless. I mean, I like How to Train Your Dragon. I know Toothless, and I do think Toothless is adorable. And I think this is why I like these two legendary Pokemon so much, because it's in the back of my lizard brain, this is cute because of this is cute kind of thing.
Yeah. I love drawing Voidwalkers, and that's a good thing because if not, I would have gotten sick of it by now.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pull up other Voidwalkers because I don't want to deal with this one's markings right now.
Can you imagine if you're able to make this into a digital app where you're able to have the Voidwalkers running around, like a mobile app?
Okay, so low key, I kind of want to have a Voidwalker 2D platformer.
I know you've talked about that before. I love the idea of it.
Yeah.
So it was going to be like a roguelite kind of thing?
Yeah, something like Risk of Rain.
I could see it working so well with the Voidwalker. Ooh, I like that one. The background's really nice too.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
Yep. This one is Giga's.
It looks awesome. I love its tail.
Yeah.
I should buy a Voidwalker sometime.
You should totally
Same.
buy the Vapor Walker.
Oh, good lord.
It is tempting, actually.
Mhm. Crazy thing is, we were all there for the birth of the Vapor Walker.
This one is going up for sale at some point.
You
I love
three
this
were.
I know, us three were.
This one is going up for
You
sale
would
at
have
some
stopped us. I love the cybernetics on that one.
Yeah, this one is going up for sale at some point. Because it did belong to an ex-friend, but no money changed hands involving her, so, like, I don't feel any shame in reselling.
I'll definitely sell it. If Giga was there when we convinced you to do a Vaporwave Voidwalker, you know damn well he would have stopped us.
Okay, I was doing the Vaporwave Voidwalker anyway. It was Vaporwave Grovery that he wouldn't have liked.
Oh god, I could still feel the hate coming from him for that one.
I think he blames you two mostly.
You know.
Fair.
Well, I mean, I still kind of blame you.
Well, yeah, because I allowed it.
That was the night we realized I can be a bad influence on my friends.
I am going to ask. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce that word, so I'm not going to try. I'm going to temper Giga's anger by showing off stuff I've done for him. Because I'm in the folder anyway. I actually really like how this one came out, though.
Gorgeous,
It's pretty.
shade of purple.
I should redo this one at some point because, like, I can do stars a lot better now.
How do you do the background, or do you just find something for that?
For this one, I just found something.
I need to learn how to do soft edges because I've been trying new blending techniques on Psy.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to find something that does soft edges. I know how to do soft edges on Simp, rather. Simp.
Okay, so if you open up, actually, you can just see my cursor, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah. This one is what makes hard edges. This one makes softer edges.
Oh, okay. See, I wasn't sure how that went. I thought that was just like a different nib style.
No.
I didn't know that was what changed the hardness of the edges.
Yeah.
Interesting. Definitely gotta play with around with more because I am in dire need of redoing my mascot.
This guy again.
I still again gorgeous shade of purple.
Yeah.
As you know, I'm a sucker for purple.
Purple is a nice color.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm upset that they don't make many men's clothes in purple.
Yeah.
Like I would buy it. Like I have a few things in purple, not much.
I like how I did the horns on this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, very glittery. Oh, if I can find that one. Yep, there it is.
Oh, that one's really awesome.
Yeah. This was back when the way that I did horns, I always felt like I could reach out and touch them.
Mm-hmm. That's super good. I just love how you have such a distinct style for the different things you do. You have all these dragon pictures that are awesome. Then you got the Voidwalkers, which are awesome. Then you do your Pokemon art, which is completely different from all of us.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of what I do nowadays is in what I call my protochroma style,
Mm-hmm.
which is the hard cell shading.
I really like that style too.
I've moved away from soft cell.
Now, for me mostly, can you explain the difference between soft cell shading and hard cell shading?
I can
It's easy
explain
to
it visually. Just
that'll
pull
work.
this up for a good example, and let me go find a hard cell. This will do. So, like with soft cell, the shading is very like it blends together more. It has softer edges, but it still has like a distinct area of shadow.
Right.
Like, actually, here's a really good example. So you see this highlight where you definitely see that it's a distinct line, but it's got softer edges, and like you can see that it is a distinct highlight, but it's not like this where there's a very hard edge. Whereas with this, kind of the opposite. You see hard edges, no real blending between different shades.
So the way you taught me to do the Pokemon shading would be hard style shading.
Kind of, because
Okay.
Sugimori started out with watercolor, and then when he moved to digital, he started emulating watercolor in a digital medium that's not really either kind of cell shading.
Right, it's its own unique thing.
Yeah.
I gotta try my hand at watercolor again. I hate it, but I want to love it.
Like, let's see. So this is another soft cell where like the edges are softer in general, but there is distinct like areas where it's in shadow or in highlight.
Right.
Like right here is your best way of seeing it, I think.
Now, when you do that, do you do it through layers with black and white, or do you use different colors?
It's been so long since I've done soft cell. So like I learned that like everyone else did, hopefully, never shade in pure black or pure white. Or at least never do it when you intend to leave it like that. This was technically shaded in pure black and pure white, but then I changed the colors after.
Okay. How do you change the colors of the shading?
What do you? The same way that
Nope.
Or you went over it with a different color then?
I toggled opacity and just hit Control F.
Control F. Control F changes the color.
It fills with the selected color, like how you color things in.
Use bucket. Bucket's the same thing.
Basically the same thing. It's just that the bucket has issues where, like, how do I explain this? The bucket is still constrained by like being enclosed by lines, whereas the fill tool is not. Because, for example, if I fill tool something and I have nothing selected, then it does this. And if I use the bucket, it does that. But that's because I have all similar colored pixels. The issue there is that it does this.
It leaves that glowy outline around it.
Yeah. So the easiest way to do it would be to, like, for example, if I wanted to color only this, then I would select the opacity. I would lock the opacity and then do that.
Oh.
Similarly,
That's how you completely fill the background black when you're doing the line work.
yeah, similarly,
It just goes to show I have a lot to learn because I do it very differently. Like, I get a similar result in the end, I just go about it very differently.
yeah. I still love this image, but I could probably redo it at some point.
Really good. How long did it take you to do something like that?
Not very, if I remember correctly.
Wow.
This is more sketchy than anything. I just kind of wanted a good image of my persona.
It is really good.
Let's see. I do flat colors a lot now. At least with my foxes.
Mm-hmm. Black colors with no shading at all?
Correct.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Yep.
Okay.
This guy is an asshole, and I love him.
Is there a reason you don't shade them anymore?
It just takes too long. It's not
Okay.
that I don't shade them anymore, it's that I do flat colors a lot when I'm just, like, drawing for no
It's like
particular
you just
reason.
playing around.
Yeah.
Just for, like, having fun.
Yeah.
It has such a distinct, different look to it without shading. Like, it has, like, a very, what can I compare it to without sounding stupid? Early cartoon look to it.
I
Like
mean,
when
yeah, the
cartoons
reason
weren't
that
shaded.
cartoonists don't shade their work as much is because, like, they have
I
to
am
draw
back.
frame after frame.
Welcome
Welcome back. They have to draw a bunch
Right.
of frames, and that just gets annoying when you have to shade everything.
The only time you ever see cartoons ever shaded is when they make movies.
Mhm.
I will say it definitely has a charm to it. That style.
Yeah, another flat color. I still love the face.
Mm-hmm. I would never have known that's flat color because when you zoom out, it looks shaded to me.
I don't see how.
I don't know how either, but it looks good.
Hmm.
Love the wings. I think I say that every time I see that. I'm a sucker for good wings. I recently did a dragon Pokemon for my little project, and the wings came out so good. Very proud of the wings.
I love how this logo came out.
That is really nice. I love the break in between the segments of it.
Alright, if I can pull up the dragon that this is based on.
Come on, game, give me one more potential before we have to end it.
Oh, I don't have her in here. Okay. Oh well. Let's see. Oh man, there's like a sci file in here that I started in like, man, I don't even know. I think it was like 2019, 2018, and just never finished.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Why didn't you finish it? That's gorgeous.
I don't know. I'm sure
4
Giga
times.
remembers this.
Yep.
Because this is my persona as a Kieran.
Oh,
Because
okay.
my username is Cantonese for Kieran.
Mhm.
I might redo it at some point. Because lately I've preferred the 3-horn approach for Kieran's.
Right. All the ones you did for Protochrome are 3 horns, right?
Yep. That's kind of part of their whole thing.
Mhm.
Oh, I want to pull this up. Just because I like how this came out. I really like this.
It does look really good. Especially with the dragon text below, like that, like it all flows together
Yeah.
so well.
This White Walker's name
A
is
sci
Comet.
fantasy.
What?
I couldn't read what it said until I went full screen.
Yeah.
What's her name?
His name is Comet,
Name.
basically.
Okay.
You can
I thought
tell
you said
you can
Connie.
tell it's a male because he has stripes.
Well, males have stripes in their fins.
Yep.
Okay.
The reason for this is that it makes them appear torn, as if the male has been in a lot of battles.
The
It's
more war torn they look, the more attractive they are for the female.
yeah, but it's always going to be like this shape of stripe. It's not going to be like any variation in it. It's just that it makes them appear from a distance like they're torn.
Okay.
I think I still have. Where is it? Is it in here? No, it's probably in the actual folder that I have for this. Yeah, there it is. I don't actually talk about the fins or the stripes, but this is fun.
Oh, and they're irritated.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like I showed this to Wim, and she was like, "Oh, that sketch looks cool," and then she read the text and was like, "Oh, he's pissed." In case anyone wanted to know. I'm not sure if you would describe White Walkers as large or small, because they're small for dragons, but they're large for basically anything else.
Yeah.
Mhm. And when you have something the size of a small horse,
Yeah.
it's still large.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, compared to other animals, yeah, they're average.
Yeah.
Average is still big.
Yep. One thing that's never consistent with Void Walkers is how many struts their fins have.
Mm-hmm. Is that something that varies by individual?
It varies by how much room I have to draw them.
Ah. I'm sure you could work that into some lore.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, she doesn't mean that it varies from Voidwalker to Voidwalker. It means that she can draw the same Voidwalker multiple times, and it won't have the same number
Hang on.
of struts.
Let me pull up Curio Drive for a minute. It's not the folder that he's in. Like, seriously. Let's pull this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. So, with this one, it's a little hard to see because this is my old style, but there's, including the main one, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on his back. His fin doesn't count because it's a different kind of fin. So 9 on his back in that one. In this one, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on his back. In this one, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on his back. And in this one, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 on his back. Yeah.
Okay, there is no lore reason then.
It's just however many I have room to draw. In fact, I draw him incorrectly sometimes because, like, his fin. This is like the closest it is to canon. His fin ends before the second stripe there.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, with this, it ends after the second stripe. It was actually correct here, and it was almost correct here. It's just a little bit too far back.
Alright. It looks really good.
Yeah. I'm really proud of this sprite.
Love the psychic arms.
Yep.
Barely there.
Technically, they're called vectors.
I keep forgetting what they're called.
I'd say you should watch or read Elfin Lied, but don't.
Yeah, that you really shouldn't.
It wasn't that bad.
Eh.
I enjoyed it.
1, 2, 3,
Oh.
4, 5.
I read it as a manga, and I'm glad I
Mm.
didn't watch the anime from what I've heard.
Okay, so it looks like the average number of struts on his back is 9.
Mhm.
I think that it's actually even different between him and his shadow here.
Oh, that's funny. And we have gone over the 2 hours.
Oh wait,
that we
no,
normally
that's
do.
not his struts. That's his horns.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that makes more sense.
So, if you're wondering by the end, if you've managed to make it this far in the podcast, I'm very proud of you, whoever you are.
Okay.
And if you're wondering why we never talked about the map, it's because we have a special thing for that.
Eh.
Depending on when I upload it, it's probably aired before this. So, if you're wondering why we didn't talk about it, that's why. We already talked about it. So go watch that instead.
We already talked about it, but it's in the future.
Oh, timey-wimey bullshit.
Yeah.
So yes. If you enjoyed this episode of the Foxfire Podcast, dedicated to 99%, I would say 75% Pokemon and 25% Voidwalkers, you should all go buy a Voidwalker.
The only one is actually for sale right now.
Alion's links are in the description below if you want to buy a Voidwalker, which you should. They're awesome.
Yeah,
Also,
and
leave a
I
like.
get money.
Exactly. So you should also leave a like, share it around. It helps us all grow as a channel, and we do appreciate it. And with all that said, anyone else want to plug anything before I fully close this out?
Got nothing.
Nah,
Giga or Kalia?
I just said no.
I didn't hear you. All right, and so with all that said, this has been...
Bunch of idiots.
Thanks
Yep.
for watching, everybody.
Bye.
Hi, everybody.
Bye.